Now, Congressman Mike Waltz is with us. He's a Republican from Florida, and he is a military guy and a frequent guest on this program and a welcome guest. Congressman, there are no sirens on the ambulance for the Defense Secretary. They want to remain a little subtle. Sounds to me like they were just trying to cover it up. He wasn't sick. They cover up the illness.
Yeah, Stu, I don't know. The entire thing is just bizarre. It could have been a press release. The secretary's ill. His deputy has, all authorities and powers designated to her, and the president's been informed. I mean, that's what he would expect of any commanding general, any commanding officer, all the way down the chain. And I'll continue to ask, and I will ask him when he comes before us in a hearing, will you hold yourself to the same level of accountability as you would hold the military that you lead? We'll see, Stu. The entire thing is bizarre, and clearly he doesn't, I guess, grasp the gravity of the position that he's in.
I got that. Now, the war on Israel looks like it's expanding. More attacks on the Houthis in Yemen, rockets from Iran into Iraq and Pakistan. Can we keep it contained? Do you want to keep it contained, or do you want to go after Iran directly?
Well, Stu, here's the irony. The administration's desperate attempts at non-escalation have invited escalation. Their appeasement approach to the terrorists, the Houthis, in removing the designation, their appeasement approach to Iran has given them a green light to attack us, attack international shipping, and expand the war further. So I do think you need to punch the bully in the mouth. Sometimes you have to escalate to de-escalate, but these half measures, what we're seeing in a half designation of the Houthis, still do not get at the root of the problem. And as we saw with the weapons, that I fear we have lost Navy SEALs trying to interdict. As long as Iran is flush with cash, they are going to continue pouring it into their proxies, because Iran is all too happy to having us exhaust ourselves dealing with the tentacles of the octopus, dealing with the symptoms of the disease, rather than going to the heart of it. Until this administration does a 180 on Iran, this is only going to continue to happen, and we're losing good men and women out there because of bad policy from this White House, and it frustrates the hell out of me, and it should upset every American.
Can America's military handle all that it's being asked to handle right now? The Red Sea, the Gulf, Iran, Ukraine, pressure on Taiwan. Our troops are all over the place. Have we got the military assets that make us capable of responding the way you want us to respond?
In short, increasingly no, Stu, and this is the ripple effect. When we're surging all of those assets to the Middle East, you know where we're pulling them from? We're pulling them from places like the Indo-Pacific. China is smiling right now as we get distracted because of bad policy with Iran. And meanwhile, for example, one of those aircraft carriers, they were supposed to be home by Christmas. The boat was supposed to go into maintenance. The crews were supposed to be home with their families. So as they're making reenlistment decisions, they may be thinking otherwise, and the ships won't have the maintenance necessary to be ready when we really need them. So this ripple effect from our bad Iran policy will affect our ability to deal with the rest of the world.
How's morale in the military? I'm sure you're in close touch.
Well, look, it's frustrated, and the proof is in the pudding in our recruiting numbers and our retention numbers, and we're in a real crisis right now. You know, we've got a Pentagon running around worried about renaming bases and putting Chinese-made solar panels on microgrids, rather than focusing on lethality, on training, and having the very best of the best to deal with the threats that we're facing. And we're seeing this. We're down in recruiting, we're down in readiness, and we're down on our equipment right now. We're doing everything we can in the House to get this Pentagon back focused on warfighting.
Congressman Mike Waltz, a military guy. Great to have you on the show. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Stu.